Moi everyone, and welcome to Finish Your Plate. As you can probably tell from my hat, from a little buzzer, that it's Vappu season again. And what does Vappu season mean? It means donuts. It means going out. The winter is over. You can finally go out, have fun. It's not cold anymore. It's not going to be snowy, at least maybe not as snowy as winter time. And these are some donuts that I made for Vappu. These are very simple donuts to make. It will take no time to make them. These are cake donuts rather than yeast donuts. These are flavored with some peaches, a little bit of cardamom as always, and they're going to be absolutely wonderful for your Vappu party. So come join me for this Vappu and let's make some donuts. So we're going to start making these donuts by making a peach flavored Quark. I have here just some canned peaches and some yogurt. So in Finland, Quark is a very popular ingredient. In the US, it's kind of difficult to find, but I found that this specific brand, the Fage yogurt, is a very good substitute for Quark. The texture is the same, the taste is pretty much on point. So why not use that as a substitute rather than making my own. I also have a video how you can make your own Quark from scratch if you want to. But I'm going to use this fire yogurt. In this case, I'm going to need about 200 grams of peach Quark. So I'm going to open this. So here's a tip. If you sometimes have trouble opening cans like this, what you can do is take a sharp, well, maybe not sharp, but a thin object like the spoon, for example, put it in between the lid and the container and break the seal. And after you break the seal, you'll hear it pop. After that, it'll be very easy to open. There we go. It opens very easy now. So I'm going to take a few peaches, a few slices of peaches, not too many, just because I don't want my Quark to become too runny. Maybe 3 slices. And I'll use my stick blender just to puree them. And now I'm going to add this yogurt in here to make 200 grams total. There we go. And now I will just fold in the peach and the yogurt. This yogurt will definitely get a lot runnier when you mix it. Just so you know, that's perfectly normal. Now let me measure out the rest of my ingredients. I need 50 grams of butter. $50 ml of milk. And if you're Finnish, that of course is half a deciliter. I believe also the Swedes use deciliters in measurements. I don't know if it's popular elsewhere, like Germans, for example. Do you use deciliters as measurement of volume? Let me know. Then I have 1 egg here. I'm going to leave it as is. I don't need to measure this. So a lot of Finnish recipes also call for volume measurement, especially deciliters, for things like flour and sugar. But in this case, I'm just going to convert it to grams. So we'll need 210 grams of all-purpose flour. Using volume measurements for things like flour can sometimes be a little bit tricky because if you shake the flour, for example, it will weigh different amounts. So you could get a not so exact measurement if you use a volume measurement instead of weighing it. And now 80 grams of sugar. I also need a teaspoon of baking powder, which I'm just going to put in the flour, mix in with the flour. And one last thing is I'm going to add about a teaspoon of ground cardamom. We don't want the cardamom in this case be overpowering, but just stay in the background to accent the peaches a little bit. Of course, as I've always said, Finns love cardamom. Anything baked, anything sweet baked products, they're gonna have cardamom in them. So now we'll start by mixing into my flour. I'm gonna add my cardamom and the sugar. Just give it a good mix. And now I'll melt my butter in the milk that I have here. There's no need to make this mixture too hot, just enough to melt the butter. And now that my butter is melted, this goes in with the yogurt. I use the term yogurt and quark interchangeably. It's pretty much the same thing. And the egg. And now we'll just mix this all together. And now I'm going to start adding my flour, sugar, cardamom, baking powder mixture in here. A couple spoons at a time. Mix this all together. Actually, before I finish adding all my flour in, I'm going to start heating my oil. And to fry my donuts, I'm going to use coconut oil. This is refined coconut oil, so it won't have that coconut flavor, but it's going to make them really nice and fluffy. And I'm going to set the temperature to about 375 Fahrenheit. I'm going to use a thermometer to check it though, because a lot of times these just are not accurate. And coconut oil is solid like this at room temperature, but it will melt very quickly. You could use other neutral oils too, like shortening, for example. But different oils will result in different kind of texture, and it's not just a matter of taste, but they really have an effect with texture too. Do not use oils like olive oil, for example, to fry your donuts. Okay, my oil is heating up. Let me just set it over here so it's in a good spot, and I do not want to touch this again because the oil is going to get hot. So now I will add the rest of my flour in here. So these are, of course, cake donuts. If you know the difference between cake donuts and yeast donuts, that's why these are so quick to make, because unlike yeast donuts, these do not really require any proofing time. You just pretty much mix everything together and then fry them up. So they are super quick to make. In Finland, typically you can find both kind of donuts. I think that yeast donuts are probably a little bit more common, especially in things like munkkipossu or just your general munkki is going to be a yeast donut. So cake donuts might not quite be as common, but they certainly do exist. Don't want to mix this too many times just because it'll get tough, because we don't really need that much gluten going in here, unlike with bread, for example. But I do want to make sure that I do not have any pockets of flour left in here in the batter, because that would not be good. So I'm going to use my silicone spatula just to make sure everything is incorporated, and it appears to be. Now my oil is starting to come to temperature. You could certainly pre-shape these. Just take a piece of the batter and use maybe wet hands to shape them. I don't think it's strictly necessary. I'm just going to use a ice cream scoop like this to scoop a piece of the batter and put them in. They may not come out exactly round, but that's fine. They're going to taste great anyway. One last thing that I need to do is, before I fry these, is I'm going to prepare just a container of sugar, because once they come out of the fryer, we're going to roll them in some sugar. Okay, so let's check our oil temperature. 175 Celsius, which is exactly what we want. We are ready to fry. As always with frying, be careful. It is hot oil, of course. You do not want to move it. You do not want to risk spilling it anywhere. And if you're using a stovetop pan, for example, for frying, keep a lid close by. If it catches fire, put the lid on. Do not attempt to put the fire out with water, because that will end up in just a fireball in your kitchen, and obviously you do not want that. Let's start frying. So I'm using my ice cream scoop just to scoop out piece and dropping them in. This is an automatic ice cream scoop, so there's a little thingy that releases the batter when I put it in. The first one came out almost perfectly round. The second one, not so much, because I hesitated a little bit when using the scoop. So that's just something to keep an eye on, that you could definitely, or you have to be very decisive with the action of putting the batter into the oil to make it perfectly round. But like I said, even if it's not perfectly round, it really doesn't matter. These are going to be just great. So let me just turn these around a few times with my spoon, slotted spoon. There you go. They are pretty much done. And once they're out of the fryer, I'm going to roll them in sugar and then place them on these little racks. There we go. Roll them in sugar. They're going to be hot. But also, I do not want them to burn. Try to drain them so that this way, when you roll them in sugar, you don't get these big clumps of sugar and oil mixture. It's going to happen anyway, so it's all right. But just try to avoid that a little bit. There we go. Ooh. Actually, if I remember correctly, last time I made them, maybe a better choice would have been to let these cool down a little bit and then roll them in sugar. Let's see what happens. Let's see if they are too hot to really, or rather, if they are still too hot and steaming, I think that might actually melt the sugar. Given a choice, personally, I definitely prefer yeast donuts to these kinds of cake donuts, but I think cake donuts straight out of the fryer, they are just wonderful, but unfortunately they will go stale pretty quickly. That's what I found. That's why these are super easy to make, and it really takes very little effort, very little time. You too could make this so quick. If you wanted to, you could of course make a vanilla custard filling and then fill these after frying with the custard, but I'm not going to do that this time around. I'm just going to enjoy these as is. Now make sure my oil is not heating anymore, because I don't need it. All right, let's give it a taste. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, I am fresh out of Prosecco or any other type of bubbly, so I can't have bubbly with this, unlike you usually do with on Vappu, Walpurgis, as it's sometimes called, but doesn't matter. Let's have some donuts anyway. Oh, these are super light. Surprisingly airy texture. Considered they're not yeast donuts. I can taste the cardamom. Maybe the peach could have been just a little bit stronger. I don't get a whole ton of that peach flavor as I was hoping, but these are absolutely wonderful treat anyway, especially warm, straight out of the fryer. So let me know in the comments, do you prefer yeast or cake donuts? Have you ever made donuts yourself? Is it too difficult? Or do you think the process is straightforward and easy? I don't think it's going to be a problem that these are going to go stale quick, because they're not going to last very long. These are just so wonderful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Finish Your Plate.